What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I'm live at New York Comic Con. So let's see what we've got going on. Let's check it out.
All right, so I just want to take you through my experience here. So, of course, as you walk in, you get to see the large crowd of people. You get to see the food trucks, which they had some pretty good options down there. A nice little respite from the full thing. But once you make your way in, then you get to really experience, all that is New York Comic Con. They've got bars spread out throughout the entire thing, tables, booths, vendors everywhere, lots of great exhibits. My first stop had to be the Pop Insider because I wanted to see the Marvel Legends setup. This was still Friday, so they were just teasing what was going to be announced with the Sentinel. But again, just some really nice looking setups. Mondo definitely had one of the cool booths. It was over there like with, I think, Loungefly and Funko. They kind of had this really big setup going on, really nice facade to the building and everything. And then some good releases, teases in here. For those of you who collect Mondo, I'd like to hear, what your favorite things were that were either announced or displayed. I'm not really one who collects any Mondo. Not because I don't like it. They really do put out some fine product. I just haven't really gone down that road. Plan to, though, with the real Ghostbusters stuff. So looking forward to those. I then made my way over to 112 Collective Mezco setup just to see what they had going on. I really liked how much product they put out. A lot of stuff on display, new and old. Some things that people are really looking forward to, myself included. So getting to see this stuff in person, out of the box, on display, really highlighted some of the good things about Mezco and maybe some of the not so good things. But it was really cool to be able to see all this. This Punisher just looks so good. You've got the Fantastic Four. Now, I don't really collect a lot of Mezco. I'm very specific with what I'll purchase from them. But still, I can appreciate some good figures, good articulation on 112 scale figures. So that really is a good thing about these. Seeing the Superman here, that is something that I would collect, right? So like I said, very specific about it. Keep it to Wolverine and Superman, but maybe starting to branch out a little bit, seeing like the Beetlejuice, which will be up here in a few moments. That's probably something that I would certainly consider. But, I'd also like to hear your thoughts, what you collect from Mezco. Yeah, there's that Beetlejuice, which looks really good. So looking forward to that one. And they certainly came to play with this display, right? One of the larger action figure setups from the companies that I saw there. So I certainly appreciate that. And for me, as a very casual collector for Mezco, it was good to see that, and certainly maybe consider adding to that collection. So let me know what you liked from the Mezco booth, anything that you're looking forward to adding to your collection in the comments below. After that, I made my way over to Jada. Had to see Violent Ken and Chun-Li, see those figures on display. This was something that looked really great, though. They had all of the current Street Fighter figures out on display in a nice little Dio setup, and I'll tell you, this is a line that I'm certainly heading towards collecting. I've got a couple, picked up some, but not a lot, but certainly gonna probably go down that rabbit hole, as I've already started as well with Mega Man. And this is what I like, that what Jada's doing, like with these video game characters, there was some good gap in collecting for these in 112 scale, and Jada's picked it up. They had some other stuff out there too, like the Scooby-Doo stuff. They had some Ghostbusters stuff. I'm not super huge on this, but I do think it looks pretty good for those that collect this. And if it's your thing. The other thing they're doing is like these mascots, right? It's a weird thing, right? It's a figure of a commercial-based product thing. So, but there's a nostalgia there, so I can appreciate that. I don't know that I'll pick any of these up, but I certainly appreciate it. The Scooby-Doo stuff looked really good in person too. That's probably Shaggy and Scooby is something I could consider. And then it was just some more walking around. That's a lot of it. There's a lot of people there, a lot to see. So many vendors, exhibitors, just with all kinds of stuff, from art to shirts to coffee to toys to, I mean, you name it, it was there. So it was really cool to be able to see all that, see all the people, all the cosplay. Yeah, you got, voice actors, Cal Dodd there, and most of the X-Men 97 team, or cast, I should say, signing autographs. So that was really cool to see that, and good for people who wanted to wait in that line. I do think that was probably not the best location for it though, because there was already so much going on in that area, but still very cool. Of course, Diamond Select was there, so they had a little shop set up, which most of the exhibitors did, right? A lot of the toy companies, they were selling their product there, which makes absolute sense. So stopping by Diamond Select to see what they had, I was mostly looking forward to seeing what they had on display, specifically to see if they had some of the upcoming Marvel Select options. For me, I really wanted to see what that Annihilus would look like in person, and it certainly is a good looking figure, and one that I'm very much looking forward to, because that is a gap in my display, and Select is going to fill that gap, as they sometimes do. It's not always just Legends. But aside from that, I mean, they did have some good stuff out on display for those of you that collect these types of things. So being able to see that, certainly a nice little add-on. Yeah, so here's the Marvel stuff. They had some good busts, some good little statues, but here were the things I was specifically looking for. That Archangel looks good. I'm not going to get it. It's going to be too big for my display. Same with War Machine, but I think for Annihilus, it's a figure that I can have on a bigger scale. From there, it was over to NECA. They did have this Dante's Inferno thing. This, I think, was more part of the Kid Robot booth, but they were kind of sharing some themes there, and you got to take a picture, which was pretty cool. NECA did have Pee Wee Herman on display, so the Ultimate, that's absolutely a figure I'll get. Sesame Street stuff looks really nice, and you saw over at the Diamond Select, they had that Sweetums, which you could certainly mix in with your NECA Sesame Street stuff if that's a route you want to go. Iron Maiden stuff looks good. The Alf stuff was there. Silence of the Lambs stuff. NECA really had a lot of good stuff on display. Some things I'm certainly looking forward to, and some Ninja Turtle stuff, which I was glad to see that we're getting a new Shredder. That's a main character that's been kind of hard to find for a lot of collectors, so good that another shot at that's coming out, and some additional new releases as well. The wrestling set, which is hit Target a month or so ago, it was cool to see that in person. Not really something that I'm looking for, but for those of you that are, that's cool. They showed off that new Belly Bomb variant, which is a good looking figure as well. Some more of the Ultimates, so the Saw stuff, Thanksgiving stuff. So that kind of looked pretty good. Lots of stuff on the horizon for NECA that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, American Werewolf in London as well. So let me know what you're looking forward to from the upcoming slate of NECA releases. And then, following the NECA booth, there's a little more walking around. Got some cool X-Men 97 and Marvel stuff there that they were showing off. Even got an exclusive Spider-Man pin, which was cool. One of the few things I waited in line for. I was there mostly just to see everything. There's so much to see. It's kind of overwhelming at times with the amount of stuff that is going on. Another cool thing was the McFarlane panel. So he did show off the Batman and Robin Batmobile and that Christopher Reeve Superman, which looks so much better in person than it did in images. So of course it's something I'm gonna end up adding to the display, but I was glad to see it look better in person and to get a good look at this Batmobile. They also showed off some of the other products, some which is out right now, but some which is still to come. The Batman cowls, which looked pretty good in person, and then just a random slate of offerings that are upcoming. Of course, the big highlight for me was the Sentinel. Got a chance to have a quick conversation with Ryan about the Sentinel, which was certainly a highlight, and watching the Hasbro panel. So, of course, I wanted to go over there and watch it get put together. There is a full video of that if you are interested on the channel. All right, folks. Well, that was my trip to New York Comic Con. Looking forward to next year. Looking forward to hopefully making it out to San Diego as well. Let me know what you think about that. Of course, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And until next time, take it easy.